Okay, it's going to be a quick guide to two-point perspective drawing. Before we start, it's important to make sure we've got the right things. Nice sharp pencil sharpener in case it goes wrong, and a rubber. Okay, and obviously a clean ruler. Makes sense to be a clean ruler, otherwise you're going to cover your page in dirt. Right, first thing we're going to do is set ourselves up a line going across your page. This is the eye line, okay? So this is slightly above halfway and very faintly. Everything we draw should be faint so we can rub it out, okay? So we've got a line, and then we're going to make 2 points. These are our vanishing points, one over there, one over there. Right, our two basic rules, okay, for doing this drawing, our lines are either vertical, so going straight up, or they're going off towards a vanishing point. For this drawing, that's really important. That's a basic idea for two-point perspective, and that's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to do a street scene from a corner. So I'm going to start by doing a line. This will represent the corner of a building. And I'm going to go from here off to the vanishing point. Okay, so what I'm doing here, nice and faintly, is going from the top to the vanishing point, from that side, and then again from there to the vanishing point. Okay, and then we're top there to the vanishing point. So this is going to represent the corner of my building. My buildings again, and there's going to be buildings going down the street here. Okay, so if I want to, I'm going to say this building is this big. It's an arbitrary size. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to say my building. There we go. So I've got this kind of, that's my corner. That's going to be one building. We have a number of buildings going down here. The further I get from this point, the closer to the vanishing point, the closer the buildings get together because of perspective. So my next one might only be this big. Okay, might be this way. So I'm going to go up dividing this first, very faintly, in a couple of lines going straight up. Okay, so nothing too tricky, just some lines there going straight up. They're getting slightly close together. Don't need to get exactly close together, okay, because maybe some buildings are wider than others. And I'll do the same down here. Okay, a couple of vertical lines. Now that's very boring. That's saying all my buildings are the same height. Obviously they're not, so I'm going to make this building here slightly shorter. So I've got a mark there. I'm going to go to the vanishing point, but I'm not going to go all the way to the vanishing point. It would be confusing. Just across there. So I've got a bigger building, a slightly shorter building. Now maybe this next one is slightly taller, so I guess maybe it's that height. So now I go from the vanishing point across there. So now I've got a large building, so a small one, a medium one, maybe this one here. Going to keep it just above the eye line. Maybe that one there is that sort of height. Okay, maybe there's two there, same height. Maybe this one here is a tall one again. It goes up to that line. Okay, so here is my outline shape there. If I want to, I could now rub out these just to add a little bit of clarity to my thinking. So there we go. So I've got, here's the side of my street, and I can do the same down here. So this one here, maybe that one there is slightly shorter, vanishing point, maybe it's a tall one there, and maybe this one here is going to be, here we go. Why don't I just go on up there actually, look. Let's make this one here a particularly big building, so I'm going straight up there, and there to vanishing point. Okay, so I've got a taller building. So now if I want to, I can rub out these sidelines again, so I can add a bit of clarity to my thinking. There we go. So now I've got missed one there, sorry. There we go. Big ones, smaller ones, all different height buildings. Now we've got to make the sides of these buildings. These are the front faces, but I've got to have some kind of side up here. So what I do is get a ruler. I go off to the vanishing point like that. So now I'm going to this side, this vanishing point. Okay, like that. And I'm going to go look at this. This is saying this building's really long, but it's not really, is it? So I can shorten that if I wanted to. And this one here. I should see the side of that building, shouldn't I? Because there's nothing to hide it. So that on there, that ought to go to the vanishing point as well, like that. So I've got a front, I've got a side. And this one here, this tall building, that should be going back to that vanishing point as well. Okay, and I can set the height, I set the width of that building rather. So now I've got something like this. So I've got one, almost like one block, another one, another tall one, block here, do the same height in this one here now. Let's trim that bit there. So now I've got all of that. Now I could get rid of some of these. Now before I go any further, okay, to make my life a little bit easier, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go slightly darker around the outside so that I don't get all confused. So I understand what I'm looking at here, okay? So this is just for my own sake to make life slightly easier. I'm going to make these slightly darker, save any kind of confusion. So there we go. Right. Now I've got those, I can then, it's already starting to make a little bit more sense to me, my street scene. Then I can just finish these off. Where that one goes, that one should still be heading towards the vanishing points. And I can just start working my way through this now, making it slightly darker so I can see everything a bit more clarity. Okay, so now I've got the basic shapes of my buildings. Nothing complicated so far, nothing too tricky. There we go, light bit there, let's rub out that. Okay, so now I've got corner seam there. This is where we start adding some detail now. So that's my basic blocks. But obviously in here I need some windows, I need some doors. So I can start to think, all right, let's put a door in the middle of this one here. Let's make all my doors in, but let's put a little dot there and go up to the vanishing point. And now I'm going to say, that's very faint, but all my doors are going to be the same height, okay? Because that makes sense, they should all be about the same height. And I can do the same this side, I can do the vanishing point. Right, so all doors are going to go from here to here, okay? So that here's a door. Okay, nice and simple. I'm going to go into it vertically. There's my door there. In that building, as you can see it's quite wide. That's a kind of a double door. Okay, you can see how this one's wider than this one because perspective makes it slightly shorter, slightly narrow rather. This one is going to have a door off to one side. Okay, and then again these are all going to need doors, aren't they? Let's quickly throw in some doors. Okay. And that's going to be quite wide. Maybe it's going to be a garage or something. So, then darken up these. And again, nothing's too dark so far. So I've got these couple of doors down there, and going down this way. There's not only doors on that side. The same building, maybe there's only one door in. I've got a door there. Then going down here, maybe that's got one door, but it's quite wide, so maybe there's another door coming this side. Okay, so kind of an in-out kind of thing. And maybe this one's a warehouse. It's going to have a door here, but then I'm going to have nothing else on this one. Okay, this one, it's a warehouse, no windows, nothing, just a door. Okay, this one here, it's going to be a garage. The door's going to be one of those ones, slats, so good. So go to the vanishing point, I'm going to start dividing this up, keeping the ruler always to the vanishing point. to get a rough idea that this is one of those doors that kind of roll up, like a roller shutter. There we go. It's like a shutter door. There we go. And this one here, this might have like, let's give it a. Let's not give that one a frame. Maybe give this one a frame. Okay. So the frame inside. Because maybe this one doesn't have a frame because this is going to have lots of glass. So maybe now I'll start thinking about adding some windows in here. So maybe this one is actually almost, yes, this one here could be almost completely glass, couldn't it? So we'll have top floor here. Okay, so now this one here, this is going to be a glass fronted building, so we're going to start thinking about dividing it like this, and then later we can look at adding some sort of how we're going to colour that in, how we're going to like sort of make it look like glass, how I render it. But for now, I'm going to do that, and that's going to end up being glass. This one here, maybe this actually has got a bit higher than the door, like this, a couple of lines, and it's got a window next to it. So it's this one here, maybe that's a shop. So maybe that's going to be a shop there, but then living above the shop, maybe above the shop has got a normal window, so maybe very faintly start thinking about dividing this up to being kind of windows. So maybe up here there's some windows in there as well. Okay, windows up there above that shop. Okay, and then we can start subdividing all of these. Okay, and this is where it starts to be down to you, isn't it? Because you do similar shapes quite easy, and now we start adding windows and details, and this is where it starts to become, you know, the difference between being just okay with our basic shapes. We start to add the detail. How close are yours? Do you have little bits here where there are gaps missing? What we're looking for is as accurate as we can. Okay, the more accuracy, the better. Okay, so I'm not looking for any kind of rush bits like this where it's sticking off the edge. The neater it is, the better. No stray lines. So we're looking for no stray lines. All our lines are vertical or going to the vanishing points. There's no lines that are too heavy. You've shown detail about doors and windows. The buildings are getting closer together. These are things we're looking for, okay? I'll put together a little checklist so you can have a look and make sure yours match. And a nice 2-point perspective drawing of a corner of a town.